There are so many scales to choose from. But if you ask a true coffee enthusiast what scale to buy, you'll probably get an answer with Akaya and Lunar in the name. The Akaya Lunar is undoubtedly one of, if not the best, coffee scale that has ever hit the market. But it costs the same as a house, and it is aging. It's been around for a long time. However, despite all of that, any new scale that does come to the market is quite literally trying to dethrone the Akaya Lunar. So this is the MAVO Lumicurve Precision Coffee Scales. In this video, we're going to take a look at the MAVO Lumicurve scale and what it's all about. Why I think it's really interesting. It's got a cool rotatable screen, which, you know, cool rotatable screen, full color display, and espresso and pour over modes. But does it dethrone the Lunar? Well, let's find out. Okay, I know that the Lunar isn't the only scales out there, and you can buy a coffee scales that'll do much the same thing for much less than the cost of a house. There's the Buku scales, which I think is excellent. There are the various scales, and there's loads of others to choose from. In fact, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of different coffee scales that you can choose from that all do pretty much the same thing. But this does something a little bit different. The MAVO scale is realistically competing with those, with the Bukus, with the Varias of the world. It's not really competing with the Akaya Lunar, which kind of is in its own little cult bracket. So MAVO sent me this pre-production unit, which I've had for a few weeks now and I've been playing around with. And I'm really surprised by this scale. I actually really like it. And we're going to go into why. It's a lot better than I expected. Now, most of the marketing that you're going to see is around that rotatable screen, which you're going to, well, it'll be on the screen. Simply put, it doesn't really matter which way you put the scales, whether it's this way or upside down or whatever way, the screen will always orientate itself towards you. And the way it does that is there's a gravity sensor in the scale, so it kind of understands the gravitational orientation of the scale, so it'll always point the screen towards you. I mean, this isn't anything new. We have this with our smartphones. It's the first time I've seen it on a coffee scale. Now, at first I thought, this is ridiculous. What is the point? But weirdly, I get it. In fact, I don't just get it, I love it. Now, it is still ridiculous, but being able to do a pour over and have the scales pointing towards you but off to the side, I think it was just a really pleasurable experience. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I've never been able to do a pour over that way before. Maybe. But it made sense. Ergonomically, it just sort of made sense. Now, the rotatable screen, really, it's not just for aesthetics either. It's more about versatility. Some scales are big, some are small. This is all things in one, with the screen that adjusts to any machine. So it is very adaptable. If you want horizontal for espresso machines, vertical for pour over, whatever you want. It works well under the Flare 58, which famously needs a very narrow scale. And in fact, the one machine that really needs a very thin scale, I think the only scale, precision, you know, high-end coffee scale that I know of that fits under the Cafe Latte robot is the Buku Mini. This will fit. I don't have a robot, but dimensions-wise, it will fit. So let's just turn this on, right? And now, not sure if the camera will be able to pick this up, but if I just tilt it this way and then this way, you can probably see the screen orientating itself the way that I want it to. Just like a smartphone does. It's brilliant. It's a color screen, looks really well, very responsive. And I think one of the nice things about it is that it's fairly high resolution for a coffee scale. I mean, we're kind of used to those bar displays, which are outdated, let's call them. This is very modern. It's very nice to look at and it's very readable. The actual rotation bit itself is very fluid. It's, you know, it rotates when you want it to, and I've never had any unnecessary rotations, let's say. And while we're on the subject of size from my previous point, this scales is 7.7 centimeters wide. It's 16 centimeters long, though the actual pad, the weighing pad, is 11.2 centimeters long. And the height or depth of the scales is 1.8 centimeters without any of the heat pads or anything like that. So it's slim. In fact, it's pretty much exactly the same dimensions as an iPhone 16 or 17 Pro Max. The body is made of aluminium. The weighing pad at the top is made of what feels like a very durable plastic, although there are some scratches on it already. This is a pre-production unit, so granted, they will get better. And then you've got a plastic screen, although I have also been told that these screens will be tempered glass and they'll have some sort of word I can't pronounce, oleophilic, fingerprint resistant coating. Let's go with that. Oleophobic? Oleophobic. Ah, yes. I don't know why I've put on an English accent to say that. Oleophobic. And they will include a screen protector in the case as well when that ships. So there's, as you can probably tell, right, there's 4 buttons, which is 2 more than most scales. We'll come back to those in a bit. And then there's a USB-C port on the side here, which is covered up with a seal, which I can't get back on now. Oh, and last thing to mention is there are nice rubber pads all along the bottom as well. Now, in the case that it comes with, you also get a heat pad, which has kind of grooves, so it slides on and sits in place. So it's always going to be in the right place and it's not going to just slide off. Nice pad, it's good. And then you also get a portafilter pad, which is kind of inverse, right? So you've got the same grooves and it slides on. It distributes the weight a little bit better and is supposed to make things a little bit more accurate. You also get a 100 gram calibration weight, which, cool, not many scales come with those, and a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. And then the actual case itself is fine. I mean, I'm not sure about the purple, but I have been told that the production version will come with a black zipper though. I think you get the 100 gram weight and I think you get the case with the production version. I'm not too sure, but I think you do. Wait, aren't you going to tell me that I look great today? If you're already subscribed, welcome back and you look great today. If you're new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. On this channel, we talk all about coffee scales, coffee gadgets, coffee tools, coffee machines, everything to do with coffee. So if you like coffee, then this is probably one of the channels that you should subscribe to. Do it now, go on. So we've got the form factor stuff out of the way. Let's move on to the different modes because there are 5 of them. In fact, before we talk about the modes, we have to talk about the buttons, right? I go back here. There are 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. We all know how to count. Brilliant. So we've got the typical ones, right? The power on and the tare and the time, right? We all know time and tare. They're on pretty much every scale. And usually you've got a double up there for somewhere to turn it on and turn it off, right? Hold down, long press, whatever it is, double tap. I kind of like that it's its own dedicated button on this scale. And while we're talking about long press, short press, I mean, cycling between different modes as well can be a little bit guessy when we're using other scales, whereas this scale has its own dedicated switch button. So you've got switch, you've got power, you've got tare, and you've got time. And then you can long press each of them for different things, which is great. In fact, it's actually quite intuitive. The more you use it, the more you get used to it, obviously, but it's intuitive pretty much out of the box. So mode 1 is basic mode, and you've got 3 different layouts here. You can have time and weight, you can have just weight, or you can have time, weight, and flow. Pretty simple. I'm not going to go into much more detail than that. Then you have 2 different pour over modes. Put those away. 2 different pour over modes. Now these will display real-time weight, brew ratio, flow, and time. And it's even a little bit more complex than that. You'll have a preparation screen, which is where you can weigh out your beans and do all of the starting preparation stuff. Then you'll have a brew screen, which is obviously for when you're brewing the coffee. That's activated by when you pour in some water and the scale realizes that there is a bit of flow there and it'll start the timer. Or equally, you can manually start it as well. And then once the brew is done, you've got an auto-triggered completion screen, Essentially, that will freeze the data, and that is triggered by when you lift the carafe off the scale. And then you have a data display at the very end, which obviously shows all of the brew data, including a nice flow chart. So you can kind of nerd out with this, all on the scales. Wait, what if I lift up the carafe in the middle of the brew to do the agitation? Won't it stop and it'll go to the completion stage? Yes, but that's why there's a second pour over mode, which is essentially all the above except a manually triggered version of the first one. So you can lift off, do your agitation or whatever you need to do, pop the thing back on, and then it'll continue. Next then, we have two espresso modes. These, like the previous one, display time, weight, and flow. Again, you've got different displays throughout the brewing process. So you've got your preparation screen where you can weigh out your beans. You've got your brewing display, which is obviously while you're pulling your shot. Then you've got your completion screen, and then you've got your data screen again at the end. Same sort of thing as the pour over stuff. You can do an auto triggered thing, you know, when it figures out that there's no more drips, it'll stop, and so on. Again, showing you that flow curve at the end. And then lastly, you've got continuous espresso mode, which is sort of like a quick start espresso mode, which just makes things a little bit more streamlined. It skips out on weighing the beans, and you can set it to auto tare and start the timer once the cup is put onto the pad. Or you can do it in drip trigger mode, so it'll trigger the scales to start or the timer to start once it detects the first drip. Now, one last thing to mention is that it'll store up to, I think, 3 different records of your previous pulls or shots or pour overs. So if you want to go back into the history, you can double tap on the power button, and then you can select history, and it'll show you the records of the previous brew that you did. So you can kind of go back and look and reference what you did previously. If that was the best pour over or that was the best shot that you've ever had, you can go back and you can look at the flow curve. Very helpful. So on the whole, right, there's nothing groundbreaking here. It's a well put together scale with good amounts of data. In fact, it's the same sort of data you're going to get on any of the other smarter scales out there. What really makes it different is that rotating screen, and it just kind of puts all of that data at your fingertips in your eye line and makes it very, very simple to read. And actually, if you want to go one step further, if you don't like the default display of whatever mode you're in, you can toggle between different types of displays as well. So you can enlarge time, weight, or the flow aspect of it if that's what you want to see, if that's the kind of thing that you're aiming for mostly. Now, all of this data, and you're probably wondering, does it come with an app? Well, yes, it does. The app is in beta testing at the moment. Right now, it's really for firmware updates, but I think in August, they're aiming to release lots of nice new features in the app, so it will eventually be able to do some really cool things. For now, the base level app should be ready for the launch on Kickstarter, which should be in a few days' time, or has already happened depending on when this video goes out. But yeah, you'll be able to see all those lovely curves on the app, and then equally you can share data between different users. You can actually, I think you can take a screenshot on the device itself and then send that via the app to other people. So the app will do various different things. And while we're on the kind of smart element of it, it will in fact pair with smart espresso machines. That's an update that's going to come a little bit later, but that will be there. So yeah, launching on Kickstarter. I will leave the link down below. We're probably at the point now where we're asking, what the hell does this thing cost? So the Kickstarter pledge for this scale is $84. Let that sink in for a minute, because I think that's incredibly cheap for what it is. In fact, the retail price of $149 or $139, whatever it is still incredibly cheap for a scale that does all of this with a nice display, orientation, rotatable screen. It's very accurate, it does its job well, and it'll display all of the curves with the smart capabilities as well with the app and future updates for the smart espresso machines. I think this is really well priced. Back it if you want. I make no money out of it if you do. I'm just telling you my thoughts because I kind of like the scale. So who's it for? Well, if you like digging into the data of your pour over or your espresso, then yeah, it's going to work for you. You're going to enjoy it. It is a pleasing thing to use. I have found it incredibly useful, and I'm surprised that I'm saying that because I don't tend to agree with a lot of the stuff that's going out on Kickstarter. This one's good. On the whole, I think it's well designed, it's easy to use, the materials will only get better in the production versions, and it puts all of that data right at your fingertips, or rather in your eyeliner, whatever way you want to put it. If there's one nitpick about this, and it's quite a small nitpick I must say, is that if you try and put the scales along with its accessories into the case, it doesn't fit the calibration weight at all. And realistically, if you're traveling, which small scale, you tend to want to take it around with you, especially if you're going on a flight, you're going to want the calibration weight to bring with you to calibrate after you've traveled. So yeah, that's the MAVO Lumicurve Precision Coffee Scale, and I really like it. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts down in the comments. I'll try and get back to every comment. Let's have a chat. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe, do all of those things. It really helps build the channel up from where it is now, and that's how I can start making more and more videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.